Hi everyone. Today's topic is the response of low-pass RC circuit for square input. In the previous session, we have discussed about the response of HPRC for square input. In this session, we will discuss about the response of LPRC for square input. That means when you apply a square input as an input to the LPRC circuit, what is the output waveform? What are the things we have to calculate here? Okay. Here, this is the square input signal which is applying to the LPRC circuit which is here, and the output waveform how it will be appear. We will see what is the conditions and what are the things or what is the main aim we have to calculate from this output waveform. Here, under the steady state condition, okay, that is under steady state condition means if RC is far greater than T, then the output waveform will be represented like this. Okay, under steady state condition, that is if RC is, that is for RC is greater than T. Here the RC is the product of R and C components in the circuit, and the T is the total time period of the input signal, T1 plus T2, the total time period of the input signal. Okay, here the output waveform will be represented like this. Here we have the dotted lines is used to indicate the input waveform, but the dark line will indicates the actual output. Here the amplitude of input is V dash in the positive side, and the amplitude in the negative side is V double dash. I am representing. This is the output waveform, how the capacitor will charge and discharges. Okay. Here this is known as V2, label it as V2, and this one is labeled as V1. This is as V1. Similarly, for continuous cycles it is same, V2, V1. Okay, here the time period is T1, the time period is T2, so the total time period is T. Okay, this is total time period of T. Okay, now but the capacitor is charged up to here, but it has to charge up to this point. That means it has to charge up to this point. I am labeling it as V dash, and it has to be discharged up to this maximum level, and I am labeling it as V double dash. Okay, okay, up to V dash it has to charge, but up to V1 only it is getting charging. So this is the final value it has to reach, and this is the final value it has to reach in the negative side. Okay, and I am representing this waveform as V01, and I am representing this discharging waveform as V02. You understand what I had discussed, the important points? In the output waveform, the actual output waveform square wave is not appearing at the output. It is appearing as in charging and discharging condition, but it is not completely charged. It is charged up to V1, and it has to reach up to V dash, but it is charged up to V1. And similarly it is discharged up to V2, but it not reaching the V double dash. Okay, this part of the waveform I am calling it as V01, and this part of the waveform I am calling as V02. This is the steady state output. Okay, this is the steady state output waveform. Okay, so our aim or main objective is to find out the values of V2 and V1, up to which point it is charged and up to which point it is discharged. The main aim or the objective of our LPRC square wave input is we have to find out the V2 and V1 of, that is steady state condition values. Okay, so for this one we have a standard formula or the basic formula. We have to use that formula and solve this one and find out the V2 and V1 values. The formula is V out of T equal to Vf, means V final plus V initial minus V final into e power of minus t by RC. Here Vf equal to final, V initial equal to Vi equal to initial value. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? This is the generalized formula for finding out the values of V2 and V1, that is V naught of t equal to V final plus V initial minus V final into e power of minus t by RC. Okay, now we have to calculate for V01 and V02. So first we will find out for V01 and then for V02. Okay, and we have to calculate finally the V2 and V1 values. Okay, for the formula for waveform V01, for waveform V01 at t equal to t1. So that is from 0 to t1. At t equal to t1, the waveform V01 is represented as here the V naught of t. Okay, what is the output value here we are getting? Here, see here, this lower point is V1, upper point is V2, and the lower point is V1 and upper point is V2. So the output at t V01 waveform from V1 to V2 at t equal to t1 period. At t equal to t1, what is the value output? V2. Okay, so now substitute in the place of V0 of t, write it as V2 equal to V final. Up to where it has to be charged? Up to it has to be charged up to V dash. It has to be charged up to V dash. But it is charging up to V2. The final value is V dash plus initial value. From where it is starting? Vi. From V1. It is starting from V1. So in the place of V initial, write it as V1 minus V final is V dash into e power of the time period t equal to t1. So e power of minus t1 by RC, and make it as equation 1. Okay, and make it as equation 1. Similarly, you have to write for V02 waveform also. Okay, now we have to write it for waveform for V02 also. For waveform V02 at t equal to t2, it is represented as here the starting point is V2 and it is up to discharging up to V1. So the V output equal to V out of t equal to V1 equal to final value up to where it has to be charged V double dash, but it is discharging up to V2, but it has to discharge up to V double dash. The final value is V double dash plus V initial means starting from V2. See here in the waveform, it is starting from V2. We are calculating for V02. This is starting from V2. So in the place of V initial, I am writing it as V2 minus V final V double dash into e power of minus T2 by RC, and make it as equation number 2. Okay. Up to here you understand? When square wave input is applied to the LPRC circuit, the output waveform will be obtained like this. From this waveform, we have to calculate the steady state condition values, that is V2 and V1. Okay, the steady state condition to calculate this one, we have the generalized formula. In that generalized formula, we are calculating the V01 waveform and V02 waveform. Okay. If suppose the input is if this input square wave is a symmetrical means what is meant by symmetrical? Both the positive half cycle and negative half cycle are equal and the time periods are equal. amplitudes are equal, then that waveform is called as a square wave. Okay, see here. Now, if input waveform if input waveform is symmetrical, then following conditions will applied automatically. Following conditions are available. What are those? Like time period, the t1 equal to t2 equal to t by 2. Okay, and also the v dash equal to v double dash, the positive amplitude. Here the positive half cycle is equal to negative half cycle. I am representing the positive half cycle as v dash, and it is equal to minus of v double dash. The negative amplitude side is v double dash, so it is negative means, so I am representing as v double dash, and it is equal to v by 2 amplitude. Okay, example I am showing here. See here, if suppose this is the input waveform, which is a symmetrical one, I am writing the amplitude is v dash, and here the negative side is v double dash, and the amplitude here from peak to peak is v dash, v. Okay, now v dash equal to v double dash equal to v by 2, total amplitude by 2. Okay, here this one. And also in the discharging condition, okay, in the output waveform, it is get charged up to here, like this it is appeared. Okay, here the v1, the starting point v1 is equal to v2. Okay, the v2 is positive. Here represent this one as v1 equal to minus of v2. Okay, these are the conditions. If the input waveform is a symmetrical waveform, automatically it will be applied. Now substitute these important conditions in the equation 1 and simplify and calculate the value of v2. Okay, substitute in equation 1, then we get, see here, this is the equation 1, v2 equal to v dash plus v1 minus v dash into e power of minus t1 by rc. Here the v2 is equal to, here writing I am it as v2 equal to, here see here v2 equal to v dash. What we know, v dash equal to, from the equation 1, we know that v2 equal to v dash. Here from this symmetrical condition, v dash equal to minus v dash equal to v by 2. So in place of v dash, I am writing as v by 2 plus, okay, and v1. So in place of v1, I am writing as minus v2, okay, minus of v by 2, v final, into e power of t1. T1 and T2 equal to T by 2. So I am writing as e power of minus T by 2 into RC. All of you understand how we get the equation? Now simplify this equation. You will get the value of V2. Okay? So step by step simplify this one. V2 equal to, okay, V by 2, multiply these terms, minus V2 into e power of minus T by 2 RC, and minus v by 2 into e power of minus t by 2 rc. Now taking common and sending the v2 to other side of this equality and v by 2 onto other side, v2 plus write it as v2 plus v2 into e power of minus t by 2 rc equal to, okay, v by 2 minus v by 2 into e power of minus t by 2 RC. Now taking common v2 into 1 plus e power of minus t by 2 RC equal to v by 2 into 1 minus e power of minus t by 2 RC. Okay. Now v2 equal to, writing as v2 equal to v by 2 into 1 minus e power of minus t by 2 RC by 1 plus e power of minus t by 2 RC. Okay, understand? Now simplify this term. You can simplify this term by multiplying the numerator and denominator by term e power of t by 4 RC. Okay. So what do we get? The final value of v2 equal to v by 2 into 1 minus e power of minus t by 2 RC by 1 plus e power of minus t by 2 RC. In order to simplify this one, you have to multiply numerator and denominator by e power of t by 4 RC. Now multiply numerator and denominator by this term, then you will get like this. Multiply with e power of t by 4 RC in the numerator and denominator term. Now simplify these terms. Then v2 equal to v by 2 into e power of t by 4 RC minus e power of minus t by 4 RC by e power of t by 4 RC plus e power of minus t by 4 RC. Okay, this is the equation. Now let x equal to t by 4 RC. Now let x equal to, represent x equal to t by 4 RC. Then expression v2 will becomes, how it will be represent? v2 equal to v by 2 into e power of x minus e power of minus x by e power of x plus e power of minus x. How this is in the form? See this formula, how it is representing? How it is representing? This is in the form of hyperbolic formula. This one is in the form of hyperbolic formula. Hyperbolic formulas, do you remember? In the hyperbolic formulas, tan hx formula. Okay, there x equal to t by 4 RC. So represent in the term e power of x minus e power of minus x by e power of x plus e power of minus x. Represent it as tan hx. Okay, then v2 equal to v by 2 into tan hx. Okay, since we know what we know, e power of x minus e power of minus x by e power of x plus e power of minus x equal to tan hx using hyperbolic formula. Okay, this is the value of v2. Here x equal to t by 4 RC. So v2 equal to v by 2 into tan hx. This is the value of v2 value in the steady state condition. Okay, this is the value of v2 equal to v by 2 tan hx. This is the value of v2 in the steady state condition. Similarly, value of v1 is also calculated. V1 is, we know v1 as v1 equal to minus of v2. So we know the v1, so v2, so v1 equal to minus of v2 v by 2 into tan hx, since v1 equal to minus v2. Okay, I think all of you understand what we have discussed. We have discussed about the response of the square wave input for a LPRC circuit. Here we have given a square wave input to LPRC circuit. We have generated the output waveform. Under that steady state conditions, we have to calculate the charging time and the discharging time using V1 and V2 voltages. Okay. Thank you.